Welcome everyone to National Incubator Network podcast. We're here today interviewing our partners and entrepreneurs live at Expand North Star 2024. Today we're joined by Maryam Ansari, founder and CEO of Itifaq.
Thank you for having me.
Please tell us more about yourself and the startup.
So my name is Maryam Ansari. I'm the founder of Itifaq. We're a legal tech AI startup. We automate the legal research process using artificial intelligence. We have trained our legal specific model with industry experts to target not only lawyers and associates, but all legal professionals, assisting them in their process when they do research. It's a very hectic and hassle when they have to go through 1,000 pages of laws, precedents to find the right information. So using artificial intelligence, we pinpoint the right information for you so that you could focus on client management, strategy, and qualitative work rather than the heavy lifting of the job.
That's a very exciting idea because it is very meticulous work.
A lot of people don't realize the pain point of this is because someone who's not a legal professional would not be able to understand why it's needed. Mm-hmm. And because it's a very niche problem and there's a huge shift in the market because of advancements in the AI that's been happening, there's a crack where we can innovate and provide our services.
Yeah, and how did you come up with this idea?
So I started off I was in another AI startup and I wanted to get out of that contract. And when I wanted to get out of that contract, I hired a lawyer, which was doing a pro bono basically for me. And it made me realize that I was lucky enough to have that hour of pro bono where I didn't have to pay. But what if I was not? I would have to pay a lot of money. So
that's very expensive.
Long story short, I figured out why a lawyer's time is so expensive. And that's one of the reasons.
Okay, that's very cool. Out of your own pain, that's a dream startup, right?
That was a very nervous moment for me. I was like, what am I supposed to do with that contract?
Well, I'm very excited that you got help and that this situation actually brought you here, being a founder of an AI legal tech.
Yeah.
And now everyone is using AI and it became a buzzword, so everyone is just adding it to their startup.
AI washing it, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So how to differentiate the real deal from all the noise?
So basically, AI is a very huge concept. Specifically, we use like RAG systems and like specific LLMs in our platform. Now, what does it mean that your model is AI based? It means that a lot of factors that you're using in your, let's say, the programming is backed by AI or like specific elements of AI. A lot of people now think that if you're using an LLM like a ChatGPT as a chatbot in your website, you're an AI-based platform. That's not true. Like that's you just using someone's API on your website.
Yeah.
But with Itifaq, we actually gather all of the legal data. We have all of the federal laws of the UAE. We structure it in a proper way. Then we have our pipeline of an AI-built system to go and retrieve information from that structured data that we gathered. So using LLM, we basically, using prompt engineering, we basically give you the information in a structured way. So you can see from beginning until the end, we are using a lot of AI tools, like in the pipeline, in the giving you the answer. There's a lot of tools that we're using of AI. And so I don't think we're AI washing it at all. Like we're the opposite of that. We're integrating AI's elements in it as much as possible because we need it.
Yeah, and it is the great way to use AI, right? That's what it's created for.
Yeah.
To get rid of all the meticulous works and to automate
the heavy
things.
lifting.
So true. So people can do the valuable and insightful things themselves. Yeah. That's great. And I wanted to talk more about success stories. So has there been a moment where you realized that you're a founder of a startup now?
Funny story, or I find it funny. I don't know if you would find it funny or not. But last week I was giving like a talk to a couple of high school students. Someone invited me, like, we want you to share your story, what Itifaq is about, AI based. How can you educate them in it? So while I was explaining, one of the Q&A I got was, how are you so successful? And I'm like, am I? because a lot of people see me in that way, and success obviously varies from person to person.
Right.
For me, I have a certain standard for myself. Especially when we start making a certain amount of money or a certain amount of traction, let's say, that's the whole point of an entrepreneur, right? That's when you're successful, not because you just have an idea. Yes, for some, if you have an idea and then you build it, that's success. But for me, I have a set of standard for myself. And when I reach that, then I could say I'm successful.
Yeah.
So I have a healthy level of, relationship with success and failure.
Yeah. Well, you are here today exhibiting at Expand North Star.
Yeah,
so
some might say that's successful.
It is an achievement.
Too. Yeah, so those are some good pats on the back.
Yeah. And a part of success, what are some challenges that you're facing right now? And what do you see, what do you hope to see as support from the startup ecosystem?
A lot of people don't understand that legal research is a huge problem. So it's a bit hard for me to explain to not legal professionals why our services or product is needed. And that's one of the main challenges I've faced in the startup ecosystem. In my sales or in my clients or market, that's very easy. They understand it, the people who are facing that pain.
Right.
But in the startup ecosystem, it's a bit hard in terms of, let's say, if you're in a grant competition, it's a bit hard to explain to judges why it's such an issue if the lawyer is not the judge, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that we're just like any other legal tech AI startup doing contracts or doing consultations, but we're targeting a very specific niche, and it's very hard to change that perceptions of people in the ecosystem. As well as what you mentioned, especially the AI washing part of it.
Yeah.
So that's a huge stereotype that we need to change at Itifaq.
Right.
That's why I mentioned exactly what we do. Data structuring, we have the pipeline, and then we have the LLM. Because until if I don't say it, you're always going to think that I'm AI washing it, right?
Yeah.
Unless if I do say it, then you're like, no, it's actually using AI tools. So these are some of the issues I'm facing and some of the ways I'm trying to solve it. But it's a bigger issue than I could tackle, I could say.
Yeah. Well, at National Incubator Network, we are trying to unite forces of the ecosystem players to help founders like you. So we do hope we can be a bit of help. And recently, you were part of Mustaqbali 2024, a program run by Sandaq Al Watan. Can you share a bit more about your experience there?
I think it was amazing. I mean, I met a lot of people there that made me realize that there are issues that maybe I could not see and they could see, and there are solutions out there to a very normal problem, a very small problem in my opinion, but in the opinions of others, it's a huge problem. So I think that has really taught me to think outside of the box, to see that there is a need for every and each product if there is enough attention towards it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.